Hello everyone and welcome to this latest episode of Book Time with Elvis with me, Mark, and with Elvis, who's actually sitting right beside me, but you can't see him. I don't think so. No, he's gone under the table. It's very hot. I'm not really complaining because I know people have it worse, but it is warm. So welcome. This is another installment of Friday Freebie. And I have a really good one for you today. Well, I think it's a good one. Well, I think they're all good, of course. Otherwise, I wouldn't recommend them. But I particularly enjoyed today's offering. And it is a book and a film. And both are available, of course, in the public domain. The book, which I read, is called The Lodger. The Lodger. And it's a novel by the author Marie Belloc Lowndes. You may have heard of it, you may not, but it's a really interesting novel. It is the first fictionalization in novel form of the Jack the Ripper murders. And what it does, it follows this couple who used to spend their life in service, Mr. and Mrs. Bunting, and they've fallen on financial hardship and very, very close to penury and perhaps ending up even in the workhouse, until one day a mysterious man knocks at the door and asks to take rooms. And of course, this man is very likely the man who's responsible for a slew of murders that have been occurring during the time that the author is writing. And he's a very strange man. He has an obvious dislike of women. He sits in his room reading the Bible. He doesn't leave until only at night time. And throughout the whole book, it's really interesting. There's not really any violence. It's just alluded to. And the book really focuses on the obsession that people had, the sensationalization of the murders that are occurring. In this book, the murderer is known as the Avenger. And he is killing women in London. And it's also very interesting because Mrs. Bunting, she is suspicious that her lodger may, of course, be the person responsible for these murders, and yet she kind of protects him because he's turned into their bread and butter. He's been their financial savior by taking basically all the rooms they have in the boarding house. And yeah, it's just really good. It's really interesting how she captures the fact that people are absolutely, hypnotized by the press and their reporting on these murders, and how, for example, one of the family friends is a young police detective who kind of gives them a little bit of extra information and tidbits and things like that. And it's just very good. I mean, it's sinister, for sure. And that brings me on really to the fact that it was filmed. And it was filmed in 1927 by Alfred Hitchcock. And it starred Ivan Novello, and it's called The Lodger, A Tale of the London Fog. And it's also very good. It is a silent film, of course. So I hope that doesn't put you off. But it is very interesting. And I would recommend both of them to you. And that is, of course, my humble offering for today's edition of a Friday Freebie. So thank you ever so much for watching. If you do happen to download both of them, which of course will be in the links below. Sorry, a link to the film, but you can download the book from Project Gutenberg. If you do download the book and watch the film, I hope very much that you enjoy them. And I shall see you next time. Do take care, everybody. Bye for now.